Hey guys, how you doing? Before we get started, I look like I'm dead inside in this video, and that's because I kind of feel that way right now. And I'm sorry that I can't be my positive self today because I really try. I really try to laugh. I really try to be happier on camera, but not today. I'm sorry. We have kind of important matters to discuss. My throat is having a day. So as you can probably see, this is not going to be like a usual video of mine, but I think there are some things that need to be addressed, and I'm going to do it because I feel like I should. That's it. So let's just start with this one fairly strong, okay? So if you believe that racism doesn't exist, please leave. Um, because we definitely live in different realities. So please just go. Having said that, I'm sure that you all know about the situation in the US with the murder of George Floyd. I'm going to hold on my mic right here, so you might actually see it. But so it's really sad to say this, but because of this, I decided that I needed to educate myself because I'm fairly ignorant in this topic. So I decided to participate on the Blackout Buddy Read hosted by Shay at Books with Shay. Please, if you haven't joined, I want to ask you to reconsider because my god, these books are like a slap on the face. So let's just start with White Rage. I'm not going to talk about these books in depth. They are a meaning to an end, basically. That is what's going to happen in the next part of the video, but I want to tell you a bit about my thoughts so you can actually read them and join us in the live discussion. I have so many things to say that I feel like I'm at a lost here. I don't really know where to start, but yeah. The first book that I read was White Rage by Carol Anderson, and wow. The only thing I want to say is there are so many things that I don't know history wise because I have never been basically educated on them, neither in school nor university nor in anything. So just wow. And the other book that I want to talk about is White Fragility by Robin DiAngelo. And this book is basically meant for white people. And wow, this book just hit me right on the face. And I wasn't aware of how many things I do that actually perpetuate racism. Well, I consider myself an anti-racist person. So yeah. And there's one how is it said? If you have been here for a while, you know that English is not my first language, so with this topic I'm having a difficult time expressing myself. But there's this topic in the book that is called color blindness, and it basically says that if you pretend that we are all the same and you don't see colors, you end up basically perpetuating racism because you won't see the pattern of the pattern of things that are happening. So with this in mind, I decided to check some things, especially related to books, because that's my thing. I mean, that's why you are here, and that's why I am here. So I decided to basically check on Goodreads. I have to say that I haven't been using Goodreads for that long of a time. By the way, I highly recommend that you try this experiment at home. Said that, I have 506 books read at the time that I checked this, and I decided to go through every single one of them and check how many of them were written by Black authors. And wow, I have a total of only 6 authors, and I have a total of 14 books. Only 14 books out of 506 read books. Wow. I'm pretty sure that you are like me. You won't check the race of the author of the book. You will just see the premise and think, oh yeah, that sounds interesting, I will grab it. But that's not helping anyone. Because how is it possible that I read tons of books. I mean, I'm not a machine, okay? But I read, I don't know, 13 plus books a month, and I only have those books. How is it possible? So, of course, that is my problem. But I realize that it's not just me. It's pretty clear that Black authors don't get the same chances as white authors. And wow, I wasn't aware of how big this gap is. Basically, it's insane. I mean, how I'm still fucking shocked with this. It's just, I can understand how I was just so fucking blind. I don't understand it. So if basically white fragility has taught me something, is that if I want things to change, I first need to change myself. And by being colorblind, I help no one. So I've basically made a decision, and that's that I'm at least going to read one nonfiction a month, because I still need to educate myself. And it's our responsibility to educate ourselves in every aspect that is out there, not just in this matter. But that's not the only thing. I also want to read at least one book written by a Black author a month, at least one, because I've been reading for, I don't know, 12 years of my life, and I have only read, what was it, 14, 15 books by Black authors. And that's unacceptable. So I wanted to show you some books that I will get to fairly soon, because I have more on my TBR, but these are the ones that I'm most interested in right now. So let's just go through them, okay? So the first one I have owned for a couple of weeks, actually, and it's Binti by Nnedi Okorafor, and I was fairly interested already in this book for a while, but I basically hadn't purchased it yet. And one of my colleagues from BookTube told me that it was actually fantastic, so I grabbed it, basically. It's based around the notion of it's Afrofuturism. But yeah, I'm super excited to actually read this sci-fi novel. By the way, this is actually the bind-up of the 3 novellas, because they're actually fairly short. I have here 2 books that I have already talked about on my new releases video. One of them is A Zone of Reds and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown. I mean, this is a YA fantasy novel that I've talked about. I will link that video up there. And the other one is A Zone Below Water by Bethany C. Morrow. And this is a mermaid's story, so it's going to be great. Then you have another short book. This is the Deep by Rivers Solomon. And in this one, we basically follow the descendants of African enslaved women that were tossed up overboard. Is it called overboard? These ships that were carrying them, basically, and they became this kind of mermaid siren thing. But yeah, I've been really wanting to read this for a while, and you know what? It's time that I do it. Then I also have here A River of Royal Blood by Amanda Joy. This has been on my TBR also for a while, and it's another fantasy YA where basically 2 sisters must fight for the crown. And as if you have been here for a while, you know that I love these kind of tales. So yeah, I love watching royals fight for the crown. It's just one of my favorite things to read about. Then I've been watching this cover around for so long, but I have never actually checked the book. and it's actually a sci-fi book. And I had no idea. This is Rosewater by Tate Thompson, and what the hell? How did I not know this was a sci-fi story? It's basically about a community in Nigeria that is growing side by side with the alien biome. Is that how it is said? I had no idea. No idea. Then I have here Do You Dream of Terra 2 by Timmy O. I've heard about this book from Shades of Orange and the whole how's it called? Well, she basically gathered up some creators recommending sci-fi and I got it from there. Basically, Earth is dying and they are sent to this planet and we follow this group of astronauts, so yeah. Another sci-fi that I'm really into. This is called Kingdom of Souls by Rena Barron. This is basically another Tennessee YA, and it follows a group of witch doctors, which really intrigues me. And our main protagonist actually doesn't have magic, but she's trading the ability to gain magic for years of her life. Something like that. And yeah, this sounded great. The only thing that was keeping me a little bit off was the mixed reviews about the plot, but still, I'm really interested on it. Then this one I have actually started, but I put it down because I wasn't paying enough attention. This is The Ballad of Black Tom by Victor LaValle. But yeah, this is a kind of historical fiction book, but with magic, and it's a fairly short one. I think it's a novella. It has 150 pages, so it's super short. So I won't tell you much about it because it's super easy to spoil short books. And then the last one that I have here is actually another sci-fi. I have never heard about this book actually. This is The Parable of the Sower by Octavia E. Butler. I think that this is a really hard one to explain, so I won't butcher this summary, but in like of a rough idea, it's basically about the meaning of saving humanity, basically. So yeah, I'm super into this one. It has amazing reviews. So this is actually the one that I'm going to start by because I can really wait for it. That's all for the fiction ones. I have 4 non-fiction that I really want to get to. I won't tell you much about the summary about these ones because the titles are pretty self-explanatory actually. So the first one is How to Argue with a Racist, What Our Genes Do and Don't Say About Human Difference by Adam Rutherford. I also really want to read Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race by Rennie Edelloch. Then I really want to get to this one because, as I've told you, I really suffer from color blindness, and now it's a topic that I'm really interested on. So this one is The New Jimmy Crow, Mass Incarceration in the Age of Color Blindness by Michelle Alexander. I lied to you, there weren't 4, there were 5 actually. The next one is How to Be an Anti-Racist by Ibram X. Kendi. And the last one is Stamp Racism, Anti-Racism, and You by Jason Reynolds and Ibram X. Kendi again. So yeah, that was basically all that I wanted to tell you. I highly recommend that you try and do this experiment at home. My God, I can barely talk today. And just count the books. It's like a perfect reflection of everything. And as I've told you, if you want to change things, you first need to change yourself. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, and please educate yourselves. Don't be ignorant in the age of being ignorant as a positive thing, because it is not. I really hope that you get something out of this, and I hope that you're feeling sad or angry, because if you're not, then there's something wrong with you. I'm sorry, because if this doesn't make you basically be in outrage, I don't know what's going to do it. really. That's all that I wanted to say today. I'm sorry for the lecture, but I don't know, I'm disgusted but by everything that is going on. I mean, this blows my mind every time. I don't know how people can still do these things. I really don't understand. But yeah, I don't even remember my outro right now. So yeah, that's going to be all for today. I really hope that you get something out of this. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.